which is about a half a log, and some olive oil. Oh yes, and I made these up ahead. I sliced up a baguette on the diagonal, threw them in the oven at about 400 degrees, and toasted them. So they're just lightly toasted, and we'll set those aside. And like I said before, you can roast these, which would give them a nice extra flavor. They take a little longer, but it might be worth it. And for this recipe, I'm going to be cubing them into pieces because they're going to be going into my food processor. So you want to get them small enough that they won't just spin around in there. And we'll use about 3/4 of a cup. Great. Okay, this is going in my food processor, along with the cheese. And we're just processing this until it's smooth, easily spreadable. Just check my mixture. Oh, that is so beautiful. Okay, we'll leave that in there. Right now, what we want to do is take some of these greens that we saved before we cooked our beets. We're going to separate them. This right here. Just want to cut the leafiest part off first. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to keep this is just a skillet. We're going to saute the stems first, and then we'll be adding our garlic and then our leaves. If you find that you can't buy beets with the greens attached, Swiss chard or kale or spinach would be delicious with this. Actually, I've prepared spinach this way before, and it is really good, especially with the red wine vinegar. Okay, just separating all these. Okay, and I'm using about a tablespoon of oil. Just swirl that around. And my stems. And then I'm just going to cut these into a little bit of a smaller, manageable size. And we're going to let these saute for a few minutes. I'm going to add our garlic. That smells delicious. Fresh garlic. Not sure if anybody has seen this, but this is one of my favorite tools in the kitchen. It's a garlic peeler. So once you've gotten your garlic out of the head, you just place it in here, roll, and voila. So you don't have to spend all your time peeling the paper off. I think it's a really cool invention. Alright, so this has been sauteing for a little bit. We're just going to add our leaves. A little more oil. Some of the sherry vinegar, and that's really going to give it a nice flavor. And we're just going to cook this down until the leaves get a little more wilted. Whoops! Technical difficulties. Now you can use the stems, or you don't have to. You could just use this, just use the leaves. But what we're going to be doing is spreading that delicious mixture of goat cheese and beets on our little cut up baguettes, and then we'll be topping with these wilted greens. It's so beautiful and so easy to do. Okay, we'll just let that sit. And I'm using about 2 teaspoons. Isn't that beautiful? Now I've pureed the beet and the goat cheese. You don't have to go that far. If you just want to get it to a point where it's a little bit chunky with the beet, you could do that as well. But I just love this hot pink color, and it tastes amazing. Okay, we've done a few of those. Our greens are almost ready. Shut the top off. Just add just a little bit of this mixture. Don't take too much.